What are you doing? The funeral home's that way.
We're not going to a funeral. I knew that was the only way to get you in the car.
What the hell? I bought new shorts for that.
You've been going down a bad path lately.
How lately?
About the past 23 years, give or take.
I can't help what I did as a fetus. I'm sorry.
You took me from my apartment just to drive me back to my apartment?
Breaking and entering isn't as fun if you know what's happening.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Your file says otherwise.
Listen, you're an alright guy. Damn near human.
We just want to fix you.
I would have to be mentally broken or not already castrated for you to do that. I'm good.
Oh, alright. How about you just open your Christmas present from this year?
Oh boy, I hope it's a snake.
What the fuck?
Somebody shut him up with some duct tape.
On it.
What the hell? What could possibly be wrong with me?
You're not an RPG guy.
I thought that was my race.
Nope, my bad. Got them mixed up. Hey, good news. We're not getting charged with kidnapping. I just got off the phone with the government, and we're on good terms.
Oh, tell them I said hi.
You know what, Rex? How about you go?
Scott's roommate of 9 months. I think that makes sense.
You're not my roommate.
I thought you knew.
I don't know what RPGs are. I think you're being a little bitch about them.
Yeah, what are RPGs again?
I don't know what gun.
Do I at least have a chance to explain myself?
This is America, so no!
This isn't America, this is Ohio! It all started 23 years ago. The doctor said, "It's not an RPG fan." Contrary to popular belief, I didn't always play video games, which is why there are no records of me prior to 03. This was the year I truly started playing video games, so pretty much the year I was truly born, which, you know what that means. I'm a minor. I remember my first experiences with the medium being in the arcade. You know, you go to the laundromat as a kid and you're a big fan of the dryer, but then as soon as you lay eyes on the Galaga in the corner, well, the laundry fandom lost a member. The classics, Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, Galaga, these are my favorites, so you know I'm fun at parties. My first video game experiences, and to this day, they're some of my most beloved titles. Sort of lame to say. Saying you love arcade games and your favorite is Pac-Man is like saying squares are my favorite boxes. Like, yeah, it's true, but who cares? It's such a basic answer. Anybody who hears you like arcade games wants to hear something more elaborate or obscure, but I'm not gonna say I give a shit about clacks for respect. I love those old Namco classics. They were and still are some of my favorite experiences. They're so simple and are pretty much the same song and dance every time you play them, but their gameplay never gets old. Around this time was when I discovered the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was hooked up at my grandma's house in the den area. I remember distinctly a goldfish cracker was lodged in the cartridge slot. Yeah, try it, it works. This was my cousin's old system, and he left it there alongside a shoebox full of games. These are human teeth. Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. I easily played this one the most. Keep in mind, I really fucking hated ducks. Using the zapper gun was so cool, and swapping over to Super Mario Brothers let me live out my fantasy of looking at sewage-colored man. Super Mario Brothers 3 was there too. God, what a game. Every time I play it, I discovered something new. Holy shit. Excite Bike and Ninja Turtles 1 and 3 and Kung Fu Heroes and Adventures of Bayou Billy because there always has to be a 7th. But I didn't want to be a mooch, I wanted to be this. So I eventually received my other cousin's hand-me-down Sega Genesis Model 2. It came with a cartridge of Sonic the Hedgehog and I officially gave up on life. This opened a world of possibilities and closed another. I'm a video game owner now, Mom! Sonic the Hedgehog was the first standalone video game I ever owned. I played it so much I couldn't get past the second zone. Me personally, I blame the controller. Why did I always play with butter in my hands? Eventually for my birthday, I received a purple Game Boy Advance, my first brand new game system. The game I got with it? Sadly, this was after my butter phase. Licensed kids games were abundant, and I played them for all they were worth. However, I also had Mario Kart Super Circuit, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Advance 3, and Super Mario Advance 2 Super Mario World. This was my game. I played this to death. Until I get stuck at this one part where you finish a level and then the world map tells you to go f yourself. I love the world, the power-ups, that sense of discovery. This was my first true video game love. Throughout that year, I got really into shapes, so for my next birthday, I got a GameCube alongside the Game Boy player attachment, letting me play all my Game Boy games on the TV. I mainly owned just licensed games for the console, but still adored it nonetheless. I had to go to my friend's house to play actual video games, like Pac-Man Fever. That Christmas, I received a blue Game Boy Advance SP and a colorblind diagnosis. A few years later, I snagged my cousin's PlayStation alongside a disc-only copy of Gran Turismo and the demo for Rascal. I didn't play this much. 2007, I got a Nintendo DS Lite, and by 2008, I got my Wii, and I played so much Wii Sports and Wii Play, Mario Galaxy, Smash Bros. Brawl, GoldenEye 007, Mario Kart Wii, WarioWare Smooth Moves, alongside discovering my love for the history of gaming. I could download classic titles with this system, even the ones I played at my grandma's house. There was no need for her anymore. That was roughly my childhood gaming experience. After this, while I still received some game systems as gifts, I was a lot more conscious of the stuff I wanted. I wasn't as dependent on whatever my parents thought I might like. I knew I wanted a Wii U because it was better than wanting meth, but I didn't even scratch the surface of all the Nintendo 64 I played at others' houses, each and every game I owned, and what they meant to me, how I played and couldn't get past the first level for dozens of hours of Frogger's Adventures on Game Boy Advance, a 40-minute long game. But hopefully, this gave you a good idea as to what I was raised on, what games and consoles made me who I am today. Notice how Lufia 2 wasn't mentioned?
As your therapist, I think you should be open to more things, like RPGs and murder.
I've tried RPGs!
And I've tried murder, and doesn't count till you like it.
So what are RPGs again?
Isn't it a political party in Guinea?
Why are you so hell bent on me being an RPG guy? You don't even know what RPGs are!
Yeah, I do.
Political party in Guinea.
We've been over this.
I always thought it was like a BLT, but for ranch peas and grapes.
Why did you all give me Xenoblade?
Well, that's an RPG. I didn't even know Xenoblade was pronounced like that. I thought we got you an animal.
Yeah, I was wondering why you didn't shove this up your ass.
No! Based on my childhood gaming experiences, it should be fairly obvious I enjoy more arcadey games. Now, what does that mean? That's not me being wrong. Well, it doesn't mean it has to be from the arcade. More so, it retains elements of arcade gameplay. Look at Pac-Man, for example. I can all day. Quick reflexes, simple controls, easy to grasp concept. Anybody can pick it up and play, but very few can master it. Have you seen professional Pac-Man players? No, they live in the Vatican. The concepts at play here really matter to me. If a game is like this at all, I'm gonna sleep well that night. This is probably why platforming is my favorite genre of gaming. You run and jump. It can't get much simpler than that. To anybody who has an argument against that, my mom never got Tetris. Pong? My grandma said, what the f is that? But with platformers, they would 100% not be able to play them well, but they at least understand what you're supposed to do and the objective. It's just like life. Get to the end. Running and jumping. There are an endless amount of things you can do with that. You can be a plumber, an evil plumber, a plumber's girlfriend. I value simplicity at face value, where like, oh, this is super easy to get, but when you dig deeper, you find all these elements that add up to the game being as good as it is. So just because my favorite genre is platformers doesn't mean I'll get sway for Left World 2. No, you take games like Super Mario Galaxy, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Sonic Mania, Mega Man X, Celeste, you start playing them and immediately you're like, I get it, I understand how to play it, what to do, and why people give a shit. But then you start to notice amazing design details that went into all aspects of the gameplay, realizing, wow, this game is a masterclass of design. This affects that, and I can't be there without this. That's what turns an already great game into a masterpiece. I love the pick up and play nature of platformers, how you get instant gratification when you jump. You're like, wow, I did that. When you defeat an enemy, when you just barely cross a gap, there's a rhythm to it all. It may be one of the most generic video game genres, like it's what I immediately think of when video game gets brought up, but I think it's for good reason. That doesn't mean I'm opposed to other genres. I love puzzle games for a lot of the same reasons. Rhythm games can be incredibly satisfying and addictive. Adventure games are a dream to get completely submerged in. Shooters I'm awful at, but they can be a blast. Get to the fucking Xeno. I don't like RPGs. Now, what is an RPG? Why don't you ask me? Role-playing games are games where the player controls the actions of a character and/or several party members immersed in some well-defined world.
Oh, so what does that make me?
An abuser. Technically speaking, the genre definition can be linked to pretty much most games regardless of genre. Take any game. You are controlling the actions of a character and are immersed in a well-defined world. The definition of an RPG can be a bit hazy. I've seen people call it economy an RPG. But you can't fool me. RPG is just like a cloud. I know them when I see it. Oh, there's no debate. Let's go on some of the characteristics of traditional RPGs. Number 1, Elf. Fantasy is generally the good genre of the genre. You guys have to the RPGs. Take RPGs. Dungeons and Dragons. Let's take the Yahtzee. RPG is any world that does have games of culture. Fantasy is good. There's nothing wrong with some of the fantasy. So
Stop and hate RPGs.